All right, so have you heard about Dr. Mandel and his chia seed drink? You know, the one with cinnamon and lemon?
Yeah, it's been making the rounds.
Yeah, we were curious too.
It seems like everyone's talking about it.
Well, that's why we're doing a deep dive today into his video,
Yeah.
to uncover all the details and
See what the hype's all about, right?
exactly. Are these little seeds really a miracle elixir?
Or is it all just clever marketing?
Mm.
That's the question.
So, in the video, Dr. Mandel, he doesn't just talk about the drink as a quick fix.
Yeah.
He really focuses on this idea of keeping the body clean,
Oh, totally. He's all about overall wellness.
especially the lymphatic system.
Uh-huh.
And this drink is like his all-star team for achieving that.
Yeah, like his secret weapon, right?
Okay, so let's break down this all-star team, starting with the MVP,
Okay.
chia seeds.
The star of the show.
Dr. Mandel raves about their fiber content,
He does.
claiming they have more fiber than any other seed out there.
Really?
Is that true?
Well, it's a bold claim.
Yeah.
But, he might be onto something there.
Okay.
And it's not just about how much fiber they have, it's about the type of fiber.
Okay.
Chia seeds are packed with this stuff called soluble fiber,
Soluble fiber.
which acts like a sponge in your gut.
Okay.
Like it absorbs water and forms this gel, and that slows down digestion.
So it's like a speed bump for your food.
Exactly, like a built-in speed bump. And that slowdown has some awesome benefits.
Oh, like what?
Well, it helps you feel fuller for longer.
Mm.
It prevents those blood sugar spikes.
Mm.
And it creates a happy home for your gut bacteria.
Oh, so speaking of happy gut bacteria,
Hmm.
Dr. Mandel calls chia seeds a prebiotic,
Yeah, he does.
saying they can even boost serotonin production.
It's amazing.
I mean, who doesn't want a happier gut, right?
Exactly. And maybe even a better mood.
Right.
It's like a 2-for-1 deal.
So how does that work, like the whole prebiotic thing?
Okay, so prebiotics, think of them like fertilizer for the good bacteria in your gut, the probiotics.
Probiotics, right?
Yeah. They help those beneficial bacteria to thrive. And when they thrive, that supports a healthy microbiome.
Yeah.
And we're learning more and more about how crucial that microbiome is for like everything,
Oh.
from digestion and immunity to mental health, even skin health.
It's crazy how much our gut health impacts everything.
That's wild.
Okay. Moving on to another nutritional powerhouse that Dr. Mandel highlights,
Okay.
the omega-3 content of chia seeds.
Right.
He mentions this whole thing about the importance of a good omega-6 to omega-3 ratio,
Yeah.
especially in today's world. Like, why is that ratio so important?
Okay, so think of it like this. Omega-6s and omega-3s are on two sides of a seesaw.
Okay.
Omega-6s, we find them in a lot of processed foods and vegetable oils.
Mm-hmm.
And while we need them, too much can tip the balance towards inflammation in the body.
Ah, okay.
Omega-3s, they're like the inflammation fighters, and chia seeds.
Yeah.
Great plant-based source of omega-3s.
So by adding chia seeds to your diet,
Yeah.
you're kind of helping to bring that seesaw back into balance and potentially reduce the risk of all those chronic inflammation-related issues.
You got it. It's all about finding that sweet spot for optimal health.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dr. Mandel also talks about chia seeds and how they can lower cholesterol
Oh,
and stabilize blood sugar.
right.
And of course, he links it back to that superstar soluble fiber.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, is he onto something or is this all just hype?
He's definitely highlighting some really important benefits
Right.
that research supports.
Okay.
The soluble fiber in chia seeds can actually bind to cholesterol in the gut,
Oh, wow.
and that stops it from being absorbed into your bloodstream.
Okay.
And because it slows down digestion, it also helps to regulate your blood sugar levels.
Right.
Makes you more insulin sensitive.
So it's not just about feeling full.
Right.
It's about helping your body to process sugar more efficiently.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next ingredient in Dr. Mandel's elixir,
All right.
cinnamon.
Ah, yes.
He raves about its antioxidant power and its positive effects on both heart health and blood sugar control.
Powerful stuff.
What makes cinnamon so special in his eyes?
He calls it a free radical fighter,
Wow.
which, that sounds pretty cool.
It does.
And he's not wrong.
Okay.
Cinnamon is packed with these things called antioxidants, and they protect your cells from damage
Uh-huh.
caused by those unstable molecules, free radicals,
Free radicals.
which can lead to, aging and disease.
It's like cinnamon has a little superhero cape on.
Yeah, fighting off the villains.
Right. Fighting off those free
Oh,
radicals.
exactly.
So there's more to the cinnamon story, right?
Oh, yeah, there's always more to the story.
Dr. Mandel specifically highlights this compound in cinnamon
Okay.
called cinnamaldehyde,
Cinnamaldehyde.
which he claims can actually boost your metabolism.
Interesting.
You've heard about this?
Yeah, I have.
He mentions the body using more energy to actually process the cinnamon.
So what's the science behind that?
Yeah, what is the science?
Yeah. Well, cinnamaldehyde has been studied for its thermogenic effects,
Thermogenic effects.
which basically means it turns up your internal thermostat.
Oh, wow.
So you burn more calories just by digesting it.
So cinnamon is not only a free radical fighter,
Right.
but it's a metabolism booster.
It is a multitasker.
Sign me up. All right, last but not least, we have lemon, the zesty addition to Dr. Mandel's drink.
Ah, lemon.
He emphasizes its ability to detoxify both the lymphatic system and the liver.
Yeah, he's a big fan of lemon.
So what's his reasoning there?
Well, he describes the lymphatic system as your body's garbage disposal,
Okay.
and he's all about keeping things flowing smoothly.
Uh-huh.
So lemon juice, with its citric acid, it can help to flush out toxins
Yeah.
and keep that system running efficiently.
So it's like a refreshing cleanse for your inner plumbing.
Exactly. And it also has a diuretic effect.
Oh, right.
So it helps you flush out excess water and waste through urination.
Now, he did mention something about pathogens struggling in an alkaline environment.
Yeah, he did.
Does lemon juice play a role in that?
Well, our body tightly regulates its pH.
Mm-hmm.
But the citric acid in lemon juice can make your urine slightly more alkaline,
Okay.
which could make it a less hospitable environment for some of those pathogens.
Interesting. Okay, so before we jump into Dr. Mandel's specific recipe,
Yeah.
and you know how to make this magic elixir,
The big reveal.
I am curious, are there any potential downsides or interactions that we should be aware of with these ingredients?
That's a great question.
Because they all seem so good.
Right. Well, they're generally safe,
Uh-huh.
but it is important to remember that even natural ingredients
Yeah.
can interact with some medications
Okay.
or cause digestive issues for some people.
So let's dig into that a bit more.
Yeah.
What about chia seeds? What should we be mindful of?
Well, they can interact with blood thinners and blood pressure medications.
Okay.
So you definitely want to talk to your doctor if
Yeah.
you are on any of those.
Got it.
And because they absorb so much water,
Yeah.
they can cause some digestive upset. If you don't drink enough fluids,
So chugging that chia seed drink without enough water is not the best idea.
probably not the best strategy.
What about cinnamon? Any red flags there?
Well, in large amounts, cinnamon can potentially cause liver problems,
Oh.
especially the cassia variety.
Okay.
But Dr. Mandel, he specifically recommends Ceylon cinnamon,
Ceylon cinnamon.
which is generally considered much safer.
Good to know. And lemon. Anything we should watch out for?
Well, lemon is generally safe, but that
Yes.
citric acid can erode tooth enamel
Right.
over time.
Okay.
So rinsing your mouth with water after you drink it can help protect those pearly whites.
Great tip. So it seems like moderation and listening to your body are key
Absolutely.
with any dietary change,
Right.
even if it involves superfoods,
Yeah.
like chia seeds, cinnamon, and lemon.
They're powerful, but we still have to be mindful.
Absolutely. All right, so now that we've covered the benefits and potential cautions, let's get to the good stuff. How do we actually make Dr. Mandel's chia seed drink?
All right, so he keeps it pretty simple.
Okay, good.
He recommends 1 cup of water
Okay.
with 1 tablespoon of chia seeds,
Mhm.
the juice of half a lemon,
Uh-huh.
and half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon.
Ceylon cinnamon.
Blend it all up for about 10 seconds.
And that's it.
That's it.
Wow, that is simple.
Super easy.
He suggests drinking it 10 to 15 minutes before a meal.
Yeah.
Why the specific timing?
Well, he explains that drinking it before a meal allows the soluble fiber in the chia seeds to expand in your stomach,
Right.
and that creates that feeling of fullness and reduces cravings,
Oh, yeah.
which can be super helpful for people who are trying to manage their weight
Yeah.
or, just make healthier food choices.
So it's like a natural appetite suppressant.
It can definitely contribute to that feeling of satiety.
That's pretty cool. Now, before we wrap up part 1 of our deep dive into Dr. Mandel's chia seed elixir, are there any specific things that he mentions that people have experienced after trying his drink?
Yeah, he claims that people have reported some pretty positive changes.
Like it.
Improved sleep,
Uh-huh.
boosted energy levels,
Yeah.
even better skin health.
Wow.
And he seemed particularly excited about the potential weight loss benefits.
Yeah, he did seem very passionate about how this drink can help people reach their health goals.
He did.
But it's important to remember that it's not a magic solution, right?
Absolutely not.
Weight loss is complex
It is.
and influenced by lots of different factors.
Many, many factors.
Sustainable weight management usually involves a combination of things,
Yeah.
Dietary changes, physical activity,
Uh-huh.
addressing underlying behavioral and psychological factors.
Totally. It's a whole picture thing.
It's not a magic potion,
Yeah.
but it seems like it could be a valuable part of a holistic approach to health and well-being.
Definitely.
All right, so to recap, Dr. Mandel's chia seed drink combines the power of chia seeds,
Right.
cinnamon, and lemon
So,
to potentially boost gut health,
yes.
heart health,
Yeah.
blood sugar control,
Hmm.
and even energy levels.
Absolutely.
But we also need to remember that even natural remedies can have potential downsides and interactions.
For sure.
Moderation and listening to your body are key.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that's it for part one of our deep dive into Dr. Mandel's chia seed elixir.
Great.
Join us next time as we explore the drink's potential mental health benefits.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Delve into the history of these amazing ingredients.
Fascinating.
And uncover even more fascinating insights from Dr. Mandel's video.
Can't wait.
Stay tuned.
See you then.
So welcome back to our deep dive into Dr. Mandel's chia seed elixir.
Glad to be back.
Last time we were talking about the benefits and, potential cautions with these ingredients.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, does Dr. Mandel dig any deeper into how this drink can impact mental well-being?
He does.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, we were talking about chia seeds being a prebiotic and their connection to serotonin production in the gut.
Yeah.
Well, he takes that a step further, and he suggests that this drink could have a positive impact on mood and even cognitive function.
He does make a point in the video about how gut health is like intricately connected to brain health.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much we're learning about that gut-brain axis.
Oh, it's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is.
Dr. Mandel even mentions these specific studies that have shown a link between a healthy gut microbiome and reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression.
Wow.
He's clearly very excited about the potential of this drink to not only nourish the body, but also to support mental well-being.
It's pretty amazing to think that something as simple as a drink could have such far-reaching effects.
It is pretty amazing.
But before we get carried away,
Yeah.
I want to bring us back to something we touched upon earlier.
Okay.
Those potential weight loss benefits.
Right.
Dr. Mandel seems to believe that this drink can be a real game changer for people struggling with their weight.
Uh-huh.
Does he elaborate on that at all?
He emphasizes how that soluble fiber in chia seeds really helps you to feel fuller for longer
Yeah.
and reduce those cravings.
Right.
But he's also very clear that this drink isn't a magic bullet.
Of course.
He really encourages viewers to combine it with a balanced diet, regular exercise, and mindful eating habits for sustainable weight management.
So it sounds like he's advocating for a holistic approach to health.
Totally. Not just quick fixes or fad diets.
No.
It's about making those sustainable lifestyle changes that support long-term health and well-being.
I appreciate that he's not overselling it.
Mm-hmm.
It's refreshing to hear a health professional promoting that kind of balanced perspective.
It is.
While we're on the topic of Dr. Mandel's approach,
Yeah.
I'm curious about the origin story of this drink.
Okay.
Did he invent this specific combination of ingredients? Or is it based on some ancient wisdom?
That is a great question.
I mean, it seems like something that maybe has been around for a while.
Yeah, you would think so, right? But unfortunately, he doesn't really delve too deep into the history of the recipe itself.
All right.
But he does touch upon the rich history of each ingredient individually.
Okay, well, let's unravel that history then.
Okay.
Chia seeds were a staple food for the Aztecs and Mayans, right?
That's right.
They even called them running food
Mhm.
because they provided sustained energy.
Yeah, and they've been cultivated for thousands of years in Central and South America
Wow.
and were very highly valued for their nutritional content.
So they're definitely not a new fad.
Not at all.
What about cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
I know that has a long and fascinating history as well.
Wow, absolutely. Cinnamon was a prized commodity in ancient Egypt.
Wow.
And it's been used in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries. It's even mentioned in the Bible.
Oh, wow.
It's been this sought-after spice for its flavor, aroma, and medicinal properties for a very long time.
Talk about standing the test of time.
I know, right?
And lemon.
Lemon.
It seems like it's been used for everything. From flavoring food to cleaning to medicinal purposes for ages.
Mm-hmm.
Where does lemon fit into all of this?
Well, lemons, they originated in Southeast Asia
Okay.
and have been cultivated for over 2,500 years.
Wow.
And they were really appreciated for their refreshing taste, their
Okay.
cleansing properties,
Uh-huh.
and their potential health benefits.
So while this specific drink, this combination of chia seeds and cinnamon and lemon might be a relatively modern creation.
It could be, yeah.
The ingredients themselves have deep roots in traditional cultures and practices worldwide.
That's a great point.
It's almost like a fusion of ancient wisdom and modern nutritional science.
I love that perspective.
Right.
It really speaks to the power of honoring that traditional knowledge
Yeah.
while also embracing those scientific advancements.
Hmm.
And it also highlights how, those simple natural ingredients
Yeah.
can be so incredibly powerful for supporting our health.
Okay, as much as I love geeking out over the history of these ingredients,
You agree with me?
I want to circle back to Dr. Mandel's recipe and his specific recommendations.
Sounds good.
He suggests drinking it 10 to 15 minutes before a meal.
Right.
Is there any science to back that up, or is that just a personal preference?
He explains that drinking it before a meal allows the soluble fiber in those chia seeds to expand in your stomach,
Uh-huh.
which then creates that feeling of fullness
Right.
and reduces cravings.
Okay.
And this can be particularly helpful for people trying to manage their weight
Yeah.
or, just make healthier food choices.
So it makes sense that having that pre-meal boost of fiber could help prevent overeating.
It could.
He also stresses that this drink is just one part of a healthy lifestyle, right?
No, absolutely. He emphasizes that this drink is not a replacement for a balanced diet, regular exercise,
Yeah.
and, other healthy habits.
It's great that he's promoting that holistic approach to wellness, not just relying on a single drink to solve all health issues.
Yeah, it's not a magic cure-all,
Right.
but it can be a helpful tool.
It's interesting how this deep dive has evolved.
Yeah.
We started by focusing on the specific ingredients
Uh-huh.
and their benefits.
Right.
But we've uncovered kind of a broader message
Yeah.
about the importance of a balanced, holistic approach to health.
It's not just about what you consume, but how you live your life.
Exactly.
I agree. It's been a journey of exploring not just the science behind the drink,
Mm-hmm.
but also the philosophy behind Dr. Mandel's approach to health and wellness.
Well, before we wrap up part 2 of our deep dive,
Okay.
I have one more question for you.
All right.
What are your personal takeaways from this whole exploration?
What really stands out to me is just how nature provides us with so many incredible tools
Uh-huh.
to support our health.
Yeah.
And sometimes the simplest solutions, like combining a few powerful ingredients, can really make a big impact.
That's a great takeaway.
Dang.
And for our listeners, if this deep dive has, sparked your curiosity, I encourage you to explore, further experiment with this drink and see what works best for you.
Absolutely.
But always remember to consult with your healthcare provider before making any significant dietary changes.
Great advice.
All right, tune in next time as we wrap up our deep dive with some final thoughts and reflections on Dr. Mandel's Chia Seed Elixir. All right, so welcome back to the final part of our deep dive, into Dr. Mandel's Chia Seed Elixir.
It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, we've covered a lot, haven't we?
We have.
From the nutritional science to the history
Yeah. And yet.
and even the potential benefits,
Right.
mental and physical.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm curious, what are your overall thoughts? Like, what are your biggest takeaways from this exploration?
Well, what really strikes me is just how he blends ancient wisdom with modern science.
Yeah.
He takes these ingredients that have been used for centuries and he backs up their benefits with current research. It's
Right.
really compelling.
I agree. It's like he's bridging that gap between, traditional practices
Sure.
and evidence-based medicine.
Yeah.
And, it's not just about the science.
Yeah.
He also emphasizes the importance of that holistic approach,
Absolutely.
like incorporating lifestyle changes alongside this drink.
Right. It's not just about adding this one thing.
Right.
It's about, making those bigger changes too.
Exactly. And he doesn't present it as a quick fix,
No, not at all.
but rather as a tool to support overall well-being.
Right.
And he encourages listeners to pay attention to their bodies, to experiment and see what works best for them.
It's about that individual approach
Yeah.
to health.
I appreciate that he empowers his audience to take control of their own health journey. It's not about blindly following a prescription.
No.
It's about discovering what resonates with your individual needs.
It's so important.
It really is. And that's kind of the heart of this deep dive, isn't it?
I think so.
Sparking that curiosity, encouraging informed decision-making,
Mhm.
and reminding ourselves that nature provides us with so many resources,
Yeah.
to support our health and vitality.
So many.
Well said. This deep dive has definitely inspired me to take a closer look at my own habits
Me too.
and explore those natural remedies with a fresh perspective.
It's been a good reminder.
It has. And for our listeners, we hope this deep dive has provided you with, valuable insights
Yeah.
and maybe even sparked a little inspiration.
Uh-huh.
to embark on your own health adventures.
Absolutely.
Remember, knowledge is power,
It is.
and taking an active role in your well-being is a journey worth taking.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
See you then.